Okay guys, I just wanted to give you a couple more tools on how you can actually see if this forecast is doing well or not compared to actual realized yields. So what I wanted to do is to translate these percent deviations from trend yields into actual numbers that look more like yields. So that equation for how to translate that is given here. Our yield estimate should be just taking this deviation from trend yield, putting it back into a number that can kind of inflate whatever the trend yield should be. So if it's what this equation would do is if our forecast is for the yield to be 5% over trend, this number will be 1.05 times the trend. So let's go and implement that and get our yield estimates. So let me, I already did it for this row, but we'll just work it out for this second row here. It should be equals 1 plus whatever our percent deviation was. So now it's going to be 1.06 is our expectation. And then we should do that times the trend. And to get the trend, I went to our first sheet where we estimated what the trend yield is. This was our intercept term, and this was our slope coefficient. So I can get trend yield in a programmatic way by using these numbers. So slope times the year plus the intercept term here. And let me use the F4 key to anchor that down. Okay, so this translates into yields per harvested acre. And I should be able to just fill these down by allocating the correct number of spaces. It should be 1, 2, 3, 4, and double clicking. And it looks good. Now we can do a spot check by scrolling down here to the end of 2018. And our last forecast for yields in 2018 was 178.09. We can come over here and check what real yields were, 178.9. So we were pretty close, within 1 bushel. And the way we usually evaluate forecast is to see what the deviations from the realized value was. So let's calculate those here. I'm just going to insert a column. And then I'm going to call this forecast errors in bushels per harvested acre. Okay, forecast errors in bushels per harvested acre. So what this is going to be is just our forecast. So equals our forecast minus the realized. So to get the realized yields, we're going to have to go over to sheet 1, and this is 2018. So my realized yield was this, and I'll press enter. Okay. So in the beginning of May, we were 4 bushels off. So let me just, I'm going to fix this value here. And then copy and paste this formula down. And this should work all through 2018, because I continue to reference that same 2018 realized yield. 1, 2, 3, 4. I should be able to bring this down for all of 2018. And have it be correct. Okay, this was our last estimate, and we were off by 0.8. And one thing to notice is these estimates are getting closer and closer. There's less time for uncertainty to be there. And you can see we start out 4 bushels over in our forecast, and we end up getting very close to the actual estimate. This would take a little bit of time. Let me see if I can get it to automatically know what's going on by doing one more example. Okay, so this is not referencing the correct yield realized number because it's going for 2018, and now we've entered our measurements for 2017. So I'm going to delete that one, go back to sheet 1, and pick my realized yield for 2017. And now, I hope, okay, I forgot to do this where I press F4. So Control C, Control V, Control V. I think now I should be able to copy and paste, or to drag down. 3, 4. Let me do all of 2017. Okay, and I believe that is correct. So our forecast was 4 bushels under the 2017. It's correct. Okay. Now what I want to try to do, and I didn't do this before, so I'm not sure if it's going to work. I'm going to see if it understands when I'm referencing that sheet 1 that I want to walk up a row. I don't think it's going to know what to do. The problem is not all of these years have the same number of weeks. So for example, this is 2013, okay, 36. Yeah, 2013 was grabbing the 2017 number, so it doesn't know what's going on. Okay. I didn't think it would be smart enough to do that. So I'm going to delete the rest of these and just illustrate to you what is happening. With those couple of years that we can do. And if you were going to do an actual extensive analysis, you could go through the pain of doing these comparisons. But we have it here for 2017 and 18. So let me go ahead and do the filter and show you 2018. Okay. So now we only go to there, and I'm going to plot forecast errors against the week number, just to illustrate to you what's happening. Okay, so our forecast error, these are weeks on the x-axis. Let me switch chart types. I want column because that'll correctly display the week names. Okay, so what is happening is this forecast model starts every year pretty much optimistic by 2 to 4%, and then you get into July and the forecast errors collapse and you're like within a bushel per acre, usually by the middle of July, if not before. We can see we did at least this for 2018 and 2017. Okay, so it looks like it's moving around a lot. However, this thing looks right on the money. Ah. I want this one, not that one. Okay. Was I plotting? Let me do 2018. Excuse me, folks. Did I plot the wrong thing when I was showing you 2018? Okay, yeah, this was the chart I had, so that's weird that it changed columns. 2017. Okay, so 2017, I don't know why. This model was not working very well for 2017. We were always shooting under on that one. But to evaluate how useful this model would be, you'd want to check it out for every single year and kind of do an analysis about how close you're coming in, whether you were going to trust this model or not. But it is a way that you can get to an actual number for yield estimates, and that is here in column H, where you're getting forecasted yields, and that is coming straight from our model about that relates those crop progress numbers, crop progress and condition numbers. So very good. And that messed up this chart, but that's fine. Okay guys, that's it for this assignment. Make sure you work through and do all the descriptions that you were asked to do for these instructions. And other than that, you are ready to submit the assignment. So thanks a lot.